So I just took the toilet off, pulled up this second layer of plywood that they had. Then I ripped up this floor right here so I could get to the bottom. It was really soft here. And even a little bit over here, mostly when you step on it with your foot. Okay. I'm going to drill me a few holes so that I can see what's going on underneath. And then I'll use this, I guess like a borescope, to take a peek. So I'm going to use a 7/16 first, and then I'll go up a size or two if I have to. So I'm trying to get an idea. I got the hole drilled, taking a peek down in there. Trying to get an idea of what this subfloor looks like, or what's down there. So I've decided to cut out a square, probably about 1/2 foot by maybe 10 inches with my skill saw. I ended up, when I was drilling these holes, I ended up going through the whole damn trailer. So then it's got me wondering, well, what the hell is holding up underneath the subfloor other than just insulation? So, and I went through the tarp underneath, didn't mean to go that far, too late, can't go back. So I'm gonna cut me out in a square here. I figure worst case, I can support it with maybe a couple 2x4s, brace underneath, replace this piece, and then slap this back on top. But at least this is gonna give me a good view of what's going on under there, which I couldn't really see from here. So stay tuned. Okay, so after doing a little bit more poking around, I'm thinking the best way to brace this floor, show you here, is this is a, I guess a 2x. Okay, so I'm back here, just real quick. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is run like a 2x underneath all the way across this way, the long ways. And I got this measuring tape here because I measured from where I know that there's a cross beam underneath, a metal cross beam. Runs this way 6 feet exactly, so right here. So if I stick a 2x in there, in that slot, and run it in this direction, I've got to at least be able to hit this cross beam over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to rip up all this tile here, which really ain't too bad, and then I'll pop up this top piece of plywood that, you know, I know they did a repair on this before I bought it, and then I'll kind of do what I did there. I'll cut out, I'm going to cut more this way, probably the same width, just come down maybe another, I don't know, about 3 feet. No, it's gonna be further. I may have to come all the way to this refrigerator right here so that I can lay in that 2x underneath. Then I'll get me a piece of plywood. I think it's 2 layers of plywood is gonna give me the thickness that I need, and lay those on top of this. So that's the plan anyways. I'll keep y'all posted. Okay, I'm gonna make this video so that I don't forget where this tile pieces go. So okay, so here I am a little bit more into it. I've now ripped up this piece of plywood that obviously the previous owners tried to make a repair, so they essentially just lifted up the floor about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. I guess it's 1/2 inch plywood. So this is what I find underneath. They had a piece of 1x4, I guess, supporting where they could. And then under here, found some wood rot. So I'm pretty sure it was a leak from the ceiling, which they did a good job in covering up. But I've not been up on the roof, so I guess they did some patchwork because we've had some pretty good rains, and I haven't seen any more leaks coming in. So, but I'll get up there in the next day or so and make sure. But yeah, so I guess same thing I did over there. I'm just gonna run all the way down here, cut these sections out, turn here, go back up that way, and then I'm gonna run me a long piece of probably 2x6, maybe 2x8 underneath this rotted floor. And then I'll cut me out a section of this plywood to come down into the subfloor, replace what I'm going to cut out, and then I'll lay this back down over it, and hopefully we won't feel any more flexing that we could feel as we would walk up on this top layer. And obviously this is why. So just have this in here, and you can see even with my applying some hand pressure, I mean that's a good amount of flex there. So yeah, funny, when they sold this to us they said, oh, there's no soft floors at all. Well, yeah, well, look what happens when you dig in. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm marking my straight lines with a piece of 2x6 I had laying in the garage. You can kind of see my line there with this blue marker. I was trying to line that up where I had already cut with this hole that I found. So I got my line on that side. I know you can't see it, but I just did my line on that side. That way when I cut my new piece to fit in there, I have some straight edges to follow. Okay. More to come. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm just taking a little piece at a time here. So I've cut out this short section, as you can see. And I just kind of wanted to show what's underneath, because I know a lot of people were wondering, as I was, didn't know what I was looking at under the subfloor. I know you can't see it right now, but when the wind blows, this whole floor is just going up and down, because right underneath this insulation there's a black tarp, and right under that is basically the outside wall, or underneath the trailer. So I'm thinking my idea of running this like a 2x6 like this, maybe even two of them side by side, all up and down this length. But what you got to do is you got to make sure that you use the cross braces coming this way and this way. And like I said, I'm underneath the trailer. One is right about there where I've got that hole at. Going across the trailer, it's a metal. You can see them if you crawl underneath their trailer. And then the other one is about, I measured it exactly 6 feet. It's about right here where the refrigerator, to where the refrigerator starts. And if you feel underneath here, you can feel that metal cross beam or crossbar running sideways like this. But it's more like over here. But it's like laying under the tarp, right? So it's underneath the trailer. And if you feel over here on this edge along the side, there's a piece of 2x2 that I'm imagining runs the same length that I'm about to use this board for. And over here on this side as well, probably about 4 inches in, it's another 2x2 that runs the length of the trailer. As long as those are intact, I see no reason why this repair wouldn't work. But again, when you run your board underneath, you got to make sure it's laying on both of those crossbars. Otherwise, it's just going to be sagging and laying on top of that tarp. So that's really not going to support anything. Alright, I'm going to continue cutting, and I'm going to go all the way down this length here, and more to come.